Hello folks, I am James Croft, and today I'm going to be discussing the recently uploaded YouTube video by Hunter AVALLONE, popular conservative, discussing God or autism, atheism. And what's so interesting about this video is that for the first half of it, Hunter AVALLONE isn't using his usual Hunter logic, where he usually does research to come down to his conclusions about things. Hunter AVALLONE in this video has gone off the path of Christianity, and he explains why. Hurt feelings. Lots and lots of hurt feelings. It would appear for the first half of this video, Hunter's argument is, I've had lots of Christians be very mean to me, and because of that, I'm going to leave Christianity. To me, this just doesn't make much logical sense. I've had Christians say very mean things to me as well for supporting Republican candidates, and I could never figure out why, until I thought of this. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And that could not apply more than triggering liberals. When you trigger a liberal, they are so angry and so mad that the best way they can explain their anger is by sending it straight back to you. Not in the form of facts this time, but in just utter hatred. Whether you are Muslim, whether you are atheist, whether you are Christian, if you are a liberal, it is just fine-tuned into you to sort of behave this way. I've seen it on my account, I've seen it on your account. It's pretty much unanimous. But is this really a good reason for leaving Christianity? I really don't think so. Skipping over half of this video, which is just him talking about feelings, he admits that not all Christians are like this. But Hunter, since you're trying to explain through half of this video why you've decided to leave Christianity by using bad examples of Christians, and you admit there are just a few bad examples, then why are you using this to brand all of Christians as bad? I mean, you say you're not, but if this is just a small minority, then they clearly don't represent Christianity, and you need to get some new friends. Now, Hunter does bring up a few points, and I mean a very few, but I do really like that he did this because it gives me some material to utterly destroy and trigger some atheists in the process. I mean, what could be better than that? So without further ado, for all you atheists out there, I highly recommend you get your box of tissues. You're gonna need them. And don't tell me you don't have them, because I know you do, because you have to cry your way through a lot of things in life, like facts. But let's not let that destroy our time together. I know I'm having a great time, and I am so ready to start this video.
What if God isn't real? What if Christianity is wrong? What if the pastor is wrong? I don't know how on earth, me as a logical person, I am supposed to believe that an all-knowing spirit who came out of nothing.
Hunter has just clearly demonstrated that we aren't thinking of the same God, because the God of the Bible who I worship is not affected by time, space, or matter. If he was, he wouldn't be God. This is called a continuum. If there's matter but no space, where would you put it? If there's time but no space, when would you put it? I'm curious if Hunter even bothered to pick up a Bible before he made this video, because the answer to this question is on page 1. In the beginning, that's time, God created the heavens, that's space, and the earth, matter. And it gets even better. What's even more crazy is that Hunter's alternative is that everything that ever existed came from nothing. In the words of C.S. Lewis, if there was ever a time when nothing existed, nothing would exist now. Or as my humorous friend Kent would put it,
yes, boys and girls, you see, one day nothing exploded. And here we are.
And then here's your prayers, even when you close your eyes and pray them in your mind. So I'm supposed to believe that there is a giant, all-knowing spirit floating around the earth that can read my thoughts. I mean, does this not sound crazy?
Hunter, the reason people believe there's a man in the sky listening to our prayers is because someone keeps answering them. According to New York Times, in one study by a Dr. Randolph Bird, a San Francisco cardiologist, had groups of born-again Christians pray for 192 out of 393 patients being treated at the coronary care unit of San Francisco General Hospital. In 1988, Dr. Bird reported in the Southern Medical Journal, a peer-reviewed publication of the Southern Medical Association, that the patients who were prayed for did better on several measures of health, including the need for drugs and breathing assistance. At the end of the paper, Dr. Bird wrote, "I thank God for responding to the many prayers made on behalf of the patients." This is one of literally study after study after study after study after study of double-blind prayer tests that are being done and are coming down more and more to say, yes, prayer works. And when we head to the actual science journal's report, it gets even better. These data suggest that intercessory prayer to the Judeo-Christian God had a beneficial therapeutic effect in patients admitted to a CCU. What they're saying is, when people pray to the Judeo-Christian God, things are working. What they pray for is happening. These are hard, peer-reviewed scientific evidence that prayer works. To deny it is to deny science.
The more I saw the starking amounts of evidence against creationism, Christianity, for example, there's layers of fossils, but creationists claim there's a worldwide flood. If there was a flood, wouldn't it make more sense that the fossils would be mixed up and scattered all over the place?
What? He didn't just use the argument I thought he used.
This can't be possible. Okay, gotta search in here. Oh my gosh. Click, quick. You find layer upon layer of ancient rocks. If there was this enormous flood, how would these things have settled out?
No! Hunter, why? I thought we agreed. I thought you knew. That Bill was a lunatic.
You were the chosen one!
But seriously, are these rock layers a problem for Noah's flood? Absolutely not. They find trees, sometimes upside down, going straight through multiple rock layers, proving the layers were laid down very quickly. These are called polystrata fossils, and there's a great explanation on how they got there. If you take a jar, put in a few different kinds of dirts, add some water, shake it up, set it down, within minutes you will have layers already beginning to form. This is called hydrologic sorting. During Noah's flood, there were no continents above the water to slow down the tides, and because of this you'd end up with huge waves, and as the waves would come, the sediments and dead things at the bottom would be compressed, and as the wave left, the pressure was released, and all the lighter sediments and animals would be sorted into their layers based on density. Now, some rock layers are huge, sometimes continent-wide. Now, if it only takes a few minutes to create layers in a jar, could a year-long global flood explain the continent-sized rock layers we have today? Definitely. So next time you Christians have a run-in with one of your atheistic professors, be sure to mention to him polystrata fossils. I'd bet $10 he'll crap his pants.
Another thing is, creationists make a complete ludicrous claim that the Earth is 6,000 years old. I don't believe that for a second. Whether I'm a Christian or not, I do not believe that. There are stars in our galaxy, and the amount of time it would take for the light beam to go from the star and hit our Earth is longer than 6,000 years. How on earth can the universe be 6,000 years old when there is proven evidence, proven fact that there are things older than 6,000 years old?
They're quite a bit older than that. According to NASA, the Methuselah star is over 14.5 billion years old, placing it over 1 billion years before the Big Bang. And how are mainstream secularists responding to this? How we doing, Bob? Any news today? What the f***? A star older than 14.5 billion years old? Are you kidding me? How can I tell those people out there that there's a star older than the universe? That makes absolutely no sense. What is this crap? What am I gonna do? Oh, right. Same thing we always do, ain't that right, buddy? Oh. Well, folks, this is an obvious dilemma. Obvious dilemma, more like a train wreck. Now, while all you atheists run around like a chicken with its head cut off, it just so happens I have an excellent explanation. In Isaiah 40:22, it says, God stretches out the heavens, space, like a curtain, and spreads them like a tent to dwell in. Thanks to a theory by Dr. Russell Humphreys, we now know that the answer to the starlight problem is in this very verse. The theory goes that the universe has a center and an edge that God created 6,000 years ago, and had a much smaller body than today, then stretched it out, making it much larger. Because the universe has a center and an edge, unlike a Big Bang universe, the center of the universe has a gravity well. This would mean the farther from the center you are, the faster time would go, meaning starlight that would take millions of years to get to Earth could now reach the Earth in a matter of hours. In other words, just like how you can take off from Texas at 4 p.m. and land in California at 4 p.m., the same thing would work in space with starlight.
Another thing I hear from Christians, anytime someone dies, you know, God has a plan. There was one thing that struck me thinking of this logic. 9/11, the Twin Towers, and that very famous footage of the man jumping from the towers, plummeting to his death. And it was videos like that, and I saw that video and I thought, for that man to jump off the building, that innocent guy who did nothing wrong, who has a family, to jump off the building, are you really going to try to tell me that's part of God's plan?
What Hunter just said makes no sense to me, because once you're an atheist, objective morality goes out the window. Where before Hunter could have said God owns this place, therefore he makes the rules, now all Hunter can do is point to his own opinion. And if morality is based only on a person's opinion, what's to stop me from killing someone I don't like? The police? The state? History has taught us a valuable lesson in what happens when atheism becomes the doctrine of the state. Karl Marx, the founder of communism, is a great example. He dedicated his book to Charles Darwin. The book later inspired Joseph Stalin to kill an estimated 60 million of his own people. Stalin hated his son Yakov. One day Yakov got so depressed he decided to shoot himself, and it didn't kill him. As he lay there bleeding, Stalin remarked, He can't even shoot straight. Before Stalin had become an atheistic communist and dedicated his life to destroying religion, did you know he went to Bible college? This can happen to anybody. Atheism is incredibly dangerous, so to see Hunter attempt to use morality to try to discredit God from a theistic worldview is downright crazy. Now there's one more point I need to address before I end this video, and that is that I'm not trying to make Hunter look bad. I made this to help a guy who I admire greatly and I want to see get to the truth. So if you are born again, I am asking you right now to pray that Hunter would come back to the faith stronger than ever before. And also that you'd share this video with Hunter through YouTube, Instagram, whatever, because that's what this video is truly all about. So if you've enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe and check out the Epic Hunting the Left broadcast. I'll see you there.